Hey, how's it going? My name is Corey and I'm with Let's Create Art in Lakewood Ranch, Florida. We are an art studio that teaches people how to do all different types of medium in art. And today, you're going to get a nice, wonderful tutorial on how to prep your furniture piece. Don't forget to subscribe, and the video's coming right up. Hey, and thanks for watching our YouTube video. Make sure that you like and subscribe our video. Today, we are going to learn how to prep our furniture pieces so that we can get them painted. You can either use chalk paint, latex paint, or any kind of paint that you want, but this video is mainly just to show you how to prep it. We're going to talk about sanding, we're going to talk about using a non-sanding method for prepping, and everything you want to see for the video for prepping furniture, just keep watching and don't forget to subscribe. So a lot of times with furniture, they're pretty dusty, and so I always like to keep a nice 3-inch paintbrush to use so I can brush all the dust, everything off. This also works good after you've been sanding a piece. You can also get all the dirt and the grime and the dust off that way. So, other than having a paintbrush, some other things you might want to have is sandpaper. So there are a couple of methods that you can kind of work with. These are what we call sanding sponges. These are all-purpose. They usually have a coarse side and also a smooth side. With furniture, you want to kind of keep a little bit more to the smooth side of things instead of the coarse. And of course, if you just keep watching, we'll be showing you a little tutorial of how you can sand some sections. I have this piece right here. This is what's called 220 grit. I also have another piece which is 120. The 120 and the 220 are the two grits that I usually recommend for sanding. These go for an orbital sander, but you can also buy these in squares and also rectangles. And you can cut them down to size however you see fit. 120 I would be using for sanding something down, like maybe there's an abrasive spot or something that's really rough. This is going to help get that area down to a smooth surface much faster than, say, a 220. A 220 is my go-to, especially on flat surfaces like tabletops or a top of a buffet or a dresser. The 220 helps give a nice smooth sheen so you can get a good smooth coat of paint. The one thing that everyone wants on their piece of furniture, whether you're selling it or doing it for your own home, is they want a nice smooth surface. Well, 220 grit paper helps get you that area. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at the sanding method. We're going to go through the process and use some 120 to 220 and kind of sand some areas down. Let's go watch. Okay, so let's do a little bit of tutorial on how to use the sandpaper. Right now I have my 120 grit sandpaper. I usually use an orbital sander, but we're going to do this in a hand method because this, well, is the most practical way for most people. So we have this piece of furniture here, and up in here there's some just little edges of grime that's kind of built up over time. I'm actually going to use our other method here in a little bit on this, but right here in these edges, I want to kind of clean these up. Now I'm going to use a 120 to really get it down to the surface. And as you can see, we're getting that clear coat right off of there. Now, when doing this, I would recommend using a mask. That way you're not breathing this in. But I'm not doing an overall sanding job, so right now for the video, I'm not wearing a mask. But I would definitely recommend using that, because you don't really know what toxins or where this thing has been. So that's the 120. Now I have my 220 grit, and this is going to help smooth the area out. If you feel it's a little rough, but this is going to smooth it down. Now it's ready to paint. Now, if you're doing an entire piece of furniture, it's going to take a while. So, an orbital sander or a power sander that you can buy pretty much anywhere like Walmart, Target, or Lowe's and Home Depot, or Amazon, you can do that as well. So, there we go. That's how you do the sanding method. 120 to 220 gets it smooth and ready to paint. Alright, a method that we oftentimes use whenever we're prepping a piece of furniture for painting is a non-sanding method. I'm going to go ahead and show you what you need for the non-sanding method, and then of course I'll also show you a tutorial on how to use it and the amount of gunk and grime that gets off your piece of furniture. So the things that you'll need, the first thing you'll want is a water bottle, and then you'll want a second water bottle. They can be the same water bottle. I'm just using my Mr. water bottle. This one is going to have a TSP solution, which comes from a product called Dixie Belle Paint Company. They make a prepping chemical that you can kind of use. It's non-toxic. And then, of course, this is the water because we want to get all of those like chemicals and stuff like that, the TSP, off of the piece of furniture before we paint it. So some things that you'll want is, first off, you have this, and we do sell the Dixie Belle White Lightning product. We sell this in our studio, and we also use it with our workshops. But inside of it, it's not liquid form. It's actually just a grain substance. And I usually use about 2 of these. This is a half teaspoon, so a full heaping teaspoon will get you a pretty good amount of a 20-ounce bottle. I've already put my solution in here. When you make the solution, make sure you're using warm water and then a teaspoon of the White Lightning, and then you can stir it up or shake it and it would be dissolved. And you can use this over time. You also want to have old t-shirts or rags so that you can wipe the gunk off. And then of course, once you're finished with your cleaning process with the chemical, you're going to want a clean water bottle and a second rag so you can take off any of those chemicals. So that's all you're going to need. Let's go ahead and check out the tutorial and we'll show you how to use it. Alright, so now we're going to use the White Lightning, the TSP non-toxic chemical, to clean our piece and prep it that way. So if you were doing a non-sanding method, which most of the time we do a non-sanding, as long as everything is pretty smooth and there's no rough edges on our piece of furniture, we go ahead and just use this product, clean it up, get the gunk off, and we get the painting. So with Dixie Belle products, their paints are chalk paints, and you don't necessarily have to use any kind of a sanding or prepping method, but they do recommend at least cleaning your piece, and this is the way that we clean in order to prep. So we have our TSP White Lightning product in here, and we're going to spray it right here in this area. And then get an old t-shirt, and we're just literally going to wipe the area, and look, all of that gunk comes right off. So, you just kind of spray it on, you go through, you clean the piece, and then you return with regular water, no chemical, and you spray it on, and then this way you can wipe the chemical off. You don't necessarily have to take off the TSP non-toxic chemical made by Dixie Belle, but they do recommend that you do this in order to get a nice, wonderful sheen look on your furniture, because you don't really want to mix with the different chemicals going in with the paints, so this gives you a nice finish. So now all of our dirt and grime, it feels brand new smooth. Even if you wanted to just do a piece of furniture and keep it wood, you may even be able to just use this method, or clean your old furniture that's been heirloomed down to from your grandmother. So that's our tutorial on how to use White Lightning, and now, we thank you for watching the video. Make sure that you guys subscribe and like, and we'll be going to our outro about right now. So that's everything for today. So we've showed you guys how to sand and prep your piece either by using 120 to 220 grit paper, and we've also used White Lightning from Dixie Belle Paint Company in order to clean and prep our pieces. We hope these videos have helped you. If you like videos like these, just let us know in the comments. Comment your favorite pieces to paint or projects that you'd like to do, and then of course if you would, like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe for more tutorials that we have coming up. You can also check out our kids paint tutorial videos on our page as well. We'll see you later, and have a wonderful and great day.